Alright, what's up everyone? So today, we're going to be taking a look at Before You Buy God of War 2018 by Gameranx. But before we start, I just want to say that I'm not attacking this guy, nor do I have a problem with him. This video is just for fun, so if you're a fan of Gameranx, don't take it too seriously.
We're here with another episode of Before You Buy, the show where we give you some straight up gameplay and our first impressions on the latest games releasing. And you guys have been asking for this one and waiting for this one. Thanks for your patience. It's me, Jake Baldino, and we're talking about God of War. Now, this is a departure for the series. It's a growing up of the series. It's an evolution. It's a continuation, whatever it is.
It's an evolution of the series, huh? I guess that depends on who you ask. Casuals would agree, graphic whores would agree, but would true God of War fans like myself agree? Fuck no.
It's also a bit weird, and it takes a long time to get set up into the main flow of combat and exploration. But right off the bat, it has one of the best introduction opening hours of a game.
You've got to be joking, one of the best openings of a game? I haven't played much of God of War 4, but I have played the first couple of hours, and that shit was boring as fuck. Not to mention there was barely any combat with cutscenes interrupting the game every 5 minutes, but the intro was one of the worst intros I've ever seen in my life, especially for God of War standards. How do you go from scaling Mount Olympus with titans, fighting Poseidon and confronting Zeus to fucking around with a tree for 20 minutes?
It's a straightforward one. Kratos, who is older and now settled down, is in this long journey to the highest mountaintop to deliver his long-departed's ashes.
Wow, sounds epic. I mean, fuck going on a revenge mission to kill Ares or Zeus. You know, some actual badass shit. This is a God of War game after all. No, let's scatter the ashes of a woman that I don't give a shit about.
It gets more complicated, of course, but if you're worrying that it doesn't feel like a God of War game, don't worry. It does.
Oh, I'll be the judge of that.
The biggest thing, obviously, is the axe-based gameplay, and I think they nailed how it feels.
What about the blades, though? The weapon that's iconic and a staple of the series. Oh wait, you don't get them until the end of the game, and even then, they're a shadow of their former selves because Kratos has the mobility of the old-ass bum that he is. What a fucking disgrace. Instead you get a boring generic axe. Hey, at least it's good for chopping down that tree. We wouldn't have got that amazing intro then, would we?
While we're on the topic of camera angles though, one small complaint I have is that every so often, it kind of feels like the up-close third-person camera angle and more deliberate movement feels like it's working against the speed and combat of the actual game. Enemies will often circle behind you and it's kind of awkward to turn around. The game, of course, thankfully gives you indicators to let you know that enemies are surrounding you, but it still sometimes just feels a little less than smooth.
Guess what? The camera was never a problem in the old God of War games because it was actually well designed. You didn't need stupid attack indicators due to the camera being up your ass because it was zoomed out, giving you a clear view of the action. I swear, whoever thought putting a camera like this in a God of War game was a good idea seriously needs to be fired.
And there are a lot of systems. You strengthen your axe through upgrades and gain access to more abilities. You customize it with different pommels for added stat boosts. You level up and strengthen both Kratos and Atreus, along with Atreus' weapons. You add runic attacks to give yourself cooldown attacks and moves. And then there's chest armor, gauntlets, and waist armor to craft, buy, upgrade, and customize to add attributes and buffs to. Look, I'm glossing over a lot of it and running through some just to emphasize that there is a lot here to tweak. There are a lot of systems.
I thought you said this was a God of War game because I don't remember there ever being shit like this in God of War. Armor, stats, and all these other unnecessary RPG elements belong in Skyrim or Dark Souls, not fucking God of War.
Now, like I said, if you were expecting this new God of War to be like a cinematic walking simulator, it's not. It very much reminds you you're playing a video game at every turn.
Yeah, I agree, it does make you feel like you're playing a video game. Not a good one, though.
Plus, in some areas, you're traveling around by boat, and the awkward conversations between gruff, blunt Kratos and goofy Atreus are really interesting and often hilarious.
Ah man, it's sad to see what Kratos has become. Once a badass motherfucker who raised hell upon the gods, demoted to look after this stick bundle.
And the world they built here is very interesting. The new characters and creatures you come across are great to see someone like Kratos square up against, and some of the bigger set pieces are either top 10 beautiful and gorgeous, or insanely violent and crazy. And that's a God of War game in a nutshell. And this one is good, it's incredibly lengthy, and it's challenging. You'll be happy to play through this one, I think.
No!